Well, hello there, you awesome peoples. I go by Hooligan, and we about to do some Minecraft. And the last episode, we went absolutely crazy, blowing up a huge portion of the nether roof to, make a nether hub out of it. Why? Because we have a whole lot of places that we want to get to, and a lot of them are pretty far away. We also drained this ocean monument so we could get all these fishy's goodies. Oh, we are set up on all our prismarine needs. And following that trend, we built a factory, and it still needs some work done on it, but it houses several farms, and we have several more to put in it. And not all of it was sunshine and builds. We had some sad moments as well. We lost our house chicken, Dave. Oh, he was a very, very good house chicken, and we will miss him forever and ever. This one's for you, Dave. This one's for you. Well, what is up, my dudes? Oh my gosh, are we excited for this episode? There's a fox up there. I'm gonna get that guy. Not right now, but I will. Anyways, in the last episode, we did so much stuff, and it has got our resource game right. There's only a few things we need to get, and I probably don't even need to show getting it, honestly. We're going to be doing a whole lot of building in this episode, and of course, there'll probably be an adventure at some point, too. Before we get started, though, let me show you another thing that happened on stream. Now, it had been a while since we fired up a stream, and I had so much fun. I wouldn't be surprised if more than one stream happens before this episode comes out. Anyways, the only reason we were doing this stream is because we were looking for our last collectible from Trial Chambers. Oh, we have every single one except one single disc. That's right. And, we found it. That might be it. That might be the collectible we're after. I want to say that's it. All right, should be all caught up. Now that we have all the collectibles from the Trial Chambers, and we have all the collectibles from Cold Ocean Ruins, it's time to start putting our museum together, so we can add pieces in as we go. So let's finish terraforming and building this area right here, so we can do that. Now, we have a big, beautiful project to get to working on, and we are so excited to do it. But just like that nerd said a minute ago, we want to finish up this area as much as we can. And one of the things we want to do is we want to build a road system back to our main town, and we want to build a tunnel. Now, as far as what else we want to do is we want to make a raised elevation for a museum. But we'll get to that in just a second. As far as this tunnel and this road goes, we're only going to do it so far right now, just so we have a canvas laid out for what we want to do later, because I will forget 100%. I will forget. My brain is very, very all over the place. And most people who've been watching me know that by now. Anyways, this tunnel comes out pretty cool, and I'm just freestyle winging everything, just cluttering it up, putting some roots and some hanging dirt, and I think it came out pretty cool. And it really adds a little bit of life to the area. Now, as far as the rest of this is where we're going to put our museum, and we want to put a little lake here. You'll see that in just a second. So we get to clearing out the trees and kind of getting a rough idea of how big or the shape of how we want this to be. Now, we ended up deciding we don't want it to be as big as we originally thought, so we readjust. No big deal. That's just what you do, especially when you're doing some heavy terraforming. And this is kind of light terraforming, though. And we want a little lake with a little stream coming down, and that stream is going to go all the way across over into a deep valley to the left. And we want that to actually end up running off the side of the mountain on the other side there. I think it's going to come out pretty cool, but we'll see when it's done. All right, well, we kind of got our idea somewhat set up. It's really blank right now. The reason I didn't finish this right here is we don't know how big this museum is going to need to be. I'm going to have to just kind of plot out different museum sections for different collectibles. It might run off over here, so we're going to leave that alone until we figure out how much space we actually need. And as far as the details, there's pretty much none at this point in time. We'll be adding those in a minute, but like I said, I want to get this planned out first because who knows what I'm going to have to adjust. And this river right here, it's eventually going to go at the side of that mountain and just flow down into the ocean, because right over there, past that, that's just ocean. Over here, I don't know what I want to go right there, but something is going to go right there. There's our tunnel, and right here, I honestly might just replant this with spruce or something like that. I don't know if I really want any buildings over here. But right now, I'm going to get this museum set up. That way we get to finishing this up and move on. So let's do that. let the chaos begin as we start whipping together all these exhibits, or future exhibits, I should say. Now, we kind of know everything we want to go in here for the most part, and we're giving ourselves room for triple walls throughout the entire thing. That way, it should make it a lot easier to blend everything together later. Yes, I know it looks absolutely ridiculous right now, but we get our first 2 exhibits in, and it makes us absolutely so happy. Alright, well, right now we got quite the mess, but our little test run here kind of just gave us an idea of how we're going to make this work. And, well, it's going to work. It's going to work. Let me show you what I'm planning. Our first completed exhibit is the Cold Ocean Ruins. And, well, we're going to have to figure out a way to section off these areas. I mean, we already got them sectioned off, but to actually blend them together with neutral blocks. We'll figure that out. I'm very confident I can make it work. And our second fully completed exhibit is the trial chambers. We got all the pots with the sherds in little item frames. We have both the armor trims, as well as a couple paintings. I chose spiders because I'm often fighting spiders in them, and pots because of the pots. I think there's even a sherd in the pots. Anyways, and of course we have all 3 music discs, the mace, an extra heavy core, and the keys. I think it came out pretty cool. Yeah. Now, as far as all these other exhibits, right here in the center, that's going to be the dragon egg with a mob head in each corner. I think that works out perfect. Now, as far as the flooring for this area, the dragon egg area, and what this will be the just random armor trim area, and over here, the music disc area, that's all going to be like a deep slate comboed with something else. I'm not exactly sure yet. Maybe deep slate and granite, something like that. And as far as these other 3 rooms here, Warm Ocean is, well, obviously going to be modeled after a Warm Ocean ruin. This one here, desert, yes, desert temples and the desert wells. This should be enough space for this, I believe. And this one here is almost going to be rivaling the size of the trial chamber. This will be the trial ruin. There's quite a bit in a trial ruin. I can't remember exactly how many templates. I think there actually might be like 4. Anyways, yeah, this is going to be another pretty large one. Now, in last season, we completed an entire museum. However, it was on a much smaller scale and much more compact. This one's a little bit bigger, and it's going to be much, much grander. So what I want to do is I want to finish all these rooms and put placeholders for all the objects and whatnot that are going to go in them. And then we're going to build this monstrosity. It's actually going to be pretty cool. Think grand cathedral mixed with a castle-esque type European museum. That's what I'm going for. Is it going to work? I don't know. Let's find out. Now, here's what I can promise you. This is going to be one of the dumbest looking time lapses you've ever seen in your life. But here's the thing. At some point, here really soon, it's just going to explode into awesomeness. Don't believe me? Watch and find out. For the last little bit of footage for this little build session here, well, we had some technical issues, so I had to stick with this weird far away angle. Yeah, it was kind of annoying, but it's not like I can go back and redo it, so it is what it is. Anyways, we're just whipping up a landscape, just kind of plotting out what else we want to do in this little area, and honestly, we're almost done with it. So let's finish it up. Now, I tried to tell you that that stupid chaotic mess of blocks was going to end up looking cool. And I'm going to say it looks pretty cool. It definitely looks like a museum. We'll check that out in just a second. Now, down here, we're almost done with this whole area. We decided to take a whole bunch of the pale moss out. I still like little pockets of it, but we had way too much at the beginning, yeah. And adding in these firefly bushes definitely made it look a little bit cooler, too. I love it. Now, as far as this interior, here's where the blending got really awesome. Across this little tiny bridge up to our stairs leading up to our museum, we have several exhibits set up. And, well, sectioning them off actually went pretty cool. Except, I don't think I like this one right here. That was not going to be there. Yep, that's definitely better. Anyways, you've already seen those two exhibits, and now we have a spot for the trial ruins. And, well, I might change the colors up a little bit. I tried to use only blocks that could spawn in a trial ruin, except for that right there. There's no deep slate in it. And, well, a lot of the blocks just don't go together. I don't know what kind of civilization was building with these blocks and how they put them together, but it's why. And we have our desert temple exhibit with no exhibits in it. I think we might have that armor trim, but I'm not going to do it until I have every piece. Just bleeding over into the War Motion because they use very similar blocks. Except this one does have some granite in it because, well, there's granite in Ocean Ruins. Yeah. And this right here will be the Hall of Armory. All the trims that don't link to anything else. And we'll also be putting in a few banner patterns in here. Like, let's say this one is the snout, I think, snort, whatever it is. The armor trim that goes along with the piglin armor, those two can go together. And, you know, same thing with anything else. For instance, the banner for the wither skeleton, well, it can also go next to the rib armor. So we'll be doing that. Now, we only have a few missions left in this area. Number 1, this area right here. Do we want to put a building right here? Or do we just want to replant a forest right here? I'm leaning towards forest. Why? Because I like to think that whoever owns and operates this factory also is the collector of that museum. And I don't think he would want any other population in his secluded little mountain. So maybe we make him a little house, possibly, or just fill this in with trees. Either one, I'm fine with, but we'll get to that in just a second. Number 2, we need to at least make some type of retaining wall to hold up this pathway to about right there. I don't want it to be all retaining wall. And we need to put or fill one of the other, something right there. Let me show you. Now, I am okay with the majority of this just being a grass hillside. I'm kind of breaking away from the idea that everything has to be uniform. Like normally, in the past, all these little dirt patches that show would annoy me. I would have to make it symmetrical, fill it up, have it all be grass. However, here recently, I've been kind of branching out from that, and I don't mind it. I think maybe even we add a bit more dirt, specifically coarse dirt, rooted dirt, or podzol. Maybe a combination of those, just in this area, like it's a runoff little side of the mountain, or the hill under the mountain, whatever. And then we're going to have to put something here, but there's going to be a path right here, so there's not a lot of real estate. Maybe just like a little seating area right here, and just call that done. I think that would actually look pretty cool. Sometimes less is more. All right, now I'm talking way too much about stuff I'm about to do anyways. Well, I'm going to continue to do it. Let's get through this really quick. Right here, I need to make an airship. That's right. Hey, trader, I'll check you in a second. And then we just need to drop this little stream out the side of the mountain. And then I think we can call this entire area done. And maybe close up that cave. Let's do this. We start putting the last touches on our mountain retreat, whatever you want to call it. We decided we didn't really want a building to go or right where we're putting all those spruce trees. Why? Because we only wanted one more building to go in this place, and we decided we wanted to put it up here. And this is going to be like the collector's house, and it's not going to be anything too crazy, but the color palette comes out pretty cool. We're going to go with brick. We're going to go with some white terracotta. We're going to break everything up with leaves, which I use a lot of leaves, but I try to use them as sparingly as possible. I do like to use them to break things up though. And the house comes out, well, pretty dang cute, honestly. And we wanted a little entrance area right here to be a little well and a little campsite. The collector gets back from a trip. This is where he just kind of relaxes for a minute before he goes back home. And the final result of our little mountainside area here is beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it so freaking much, but we can't stop here. We got more to do. We are very happy with our mountain area. Oh yes, we decided to hold off on this section right here. We wanted an airship to go here. I don't know if I want to do that. And if I do it, I don't know what kind of airship. I don't really want to do a balloon. I've done those several times before, both in the series and just in other worlds I've done. I'm thinking maybe if I do one, it's going to be more like a helicopter contraption looking thing. I don't even know if I want one to go there. It might ruin the vibe of the mountain. Yeah. Anyways, going with the theme of what we've been doing here as far as collectibles, I want to take a little break because we have another big project to get to. Very big, actually, probably multi-episode project. But I need a little bit of adventure. And, well, we already set up a museum. And in the essence of collections, I want to get some mobs, bring them over to where we're going to be planning our zoo. And I want to get one small exhibit for the museum. And, you know, while we're out there, we might as well maybe look for some of that dry grass that I haven't found yet, things like that, or just whatever else we might find. Just do a little exploring. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to get to this big, beautiful area right here. I have been talking about this area for many episodes, and it's finally time to do it. After I go adventure and repair up all my stuff and gather supplies. All right, we are all repaired up. We got tons of name tags, some leads, plenty of night vision potions, a few water breathing. We don't need too many of those. I think we're ready to go. A couple extra shulkers just in case we find some cool stuff. So let's go see what we can find. First things first, I want to go capture a couple of those boxes over there and put them over where our future zoo is going to be. All right, where did our fox friends go? We want 2 of them. Oh, there's one. I don't know if they just spawn or not. Ooh, and there's another one. Gotcha, buddy. Come on, let's go get your friend. That was very easy. Okay. I think the best way to do this is just to put them in boats and fly them over. So you guys are going in a boat. And we're going to go with Shady and Shifty. Yeah, that'll work. Now, is this enough scaffolding to bring these guys up and clear that hill right there? I don't know. That's going to be close. Let's find out. All right, cool. Wouldn't it be cool if one of these chickens was Dave and he just magically, made his way over here? I know that's not the case, but I can dream. Stupid non-Dave chicken. All right, we now have 4 mobs for our future zoo here. The other 2 being the pandas over in front of the Iron Keep. We'll bring those over in a little bit. We don't have to do that right now. Let's get this adventure on. I just want to go north and then veer over to the east. That's where our desert is. And, well, we know there's a desert there. We did not go that far up north of it, though. And I got to assume there's probably more desert, which means I can get some of that new grass and maybe some collectibles. Who knows? Let's go see what we can find. Ooh, thunderstorm. All right, hear me out. Normally I would skip this. However, I am going to need a skeleton horse for the zoo. So, yeah, let's let this happen. I forget what the odds are that it actually spawns a skeleton trap. Yep, looks like the thunderstorm's over. I don't see any traps. Oh well, let's go north. Let's go find stuff. Oh, hold on. Well, hello. How are you, Mr. Trial Ruin? I'm not doing you right now, but I'm gonna be back to do this. Oh, yes. You know what? I think I've done this temple before. I think I raided this thing whenever I was trying to get a saddle for the camel. However, I did not brush it. Oh yeah, I've definitely done this. Let's see if we can't get some stuff out of it though. Well, not the worst, not the best. Let's move on. There's another well. Alright, now I'm starting to wonder if the dry grass even spawns in the desert. Because I know if I saw this village, I would have stole those hay bales. But I also know I didn't do that temple, because I've only ever done one temple in this world. So, okay, finally. This is a new area. We got dry grass, we got cactus flowers. Oh yes, can I get the cactus flowers? And then can I put those cactus flowers on other stuff? If I can get them, I gotta assume shears are the way to go. Oh, I can. What can I put these on? Can they go on the side of a block? They cannot, but they can just go on the ground. That's kind of cool. Now, the grass, I'm going to assume I do have to use shears. Yes, I do. Well, I'm going to take a minute and just get a bunch of dead bushes and tall grass. Any of the cactus blossoms I see too. Can you bone meal this? Didn't do anything. Oh, it's renewable. Do I have to be in a desert or does it just have to be on sand? Ooh, new farm. Yeah, that'll be a new farm if that works. Alright, well, I think I'm going to do that temple right there, and then probably start going back down through the ocean. Being that this is all desert, all of this should all be warm ocean over here. Which means we might get enough shards to do the warm ocean exhibit. We only need 15. Just do we get lucky enough to get the 15 that we want, 5 of each. Yeah, let's go do this real quick, and finish off this little adventure. Yeah, there's a village there too. We're clearly going to rob that. And honestly, there's some lava right there. I might find a cool little landscape around here and make a portal for our little desert outpost. Because I kind of have an idea for a build out this way. And we can come back here and get more dry grass and blossoms if we want them too. Ooh, the dune. I could have sworn I already had this armor trim, but that's another one off the list. Very nice. And if we can find a saddle, we might bring a second camel friend home. We're going to need an extra one for the future zoo anyways. Well, we're ready to start working our way back home. I'm going to grab this obsidian. Well, I'm going to turn it into obsidian. And we're going to find a cool looking landscape to set up a nether portal. And we'll connect it to the nether roof here in just a little bit. Because at some point, I want to make a Babylonian style desertish empire. But I'm already here. Might as well set it up for the future. Yeah, that'll do pretty nicely. Let's see if we can't find a nice landscape. I want something with big sand hills. We pick a location for our portal, and we wanted it high off the ground because we envisioned this being in a large temple or something like that in the center of a big city. As much as we try, we just cannot bring ourselves to stop our shard journey. No. We're already deep into it, and my ADHD just says, dude, you're going to keep going. You don't get a choice here. Well, we end up getting a couple saddles, which means we can bring another camel friend home and make a cute little baby camel. Also, we didn't really plan on doing a whole bunch of temples in this episode, but, well, we only need 8 more shards if we get lucky. So I think instead of trying to do the warm ocean, I think we're going to try to get all the ones for the temple and maybe the desert well. I mean, we're already up in the desert anyways. We just made a portal to get back here. So I think that's going to be the focus. Let's just hope we get lucky because last season It took like a million temples to get all this crap. But we've been getting really lucky so far. So let's keep on going. This is a big, very laggy mangrove. Now, at this point, I could say that we're about roughly 4 hours deep into this adventure, and well, I can promise you that we're almost done with the desert. Yeah, we actually get some really lucky stuff. We get 2 efficiency 5 books out of the same temple, which is quite ridiculous. And we hit up a pillager outpost, and I think we get a new horn. The loot in there really sucks. Oh my gosh, it's almost pointless. We start approaching the tail end of our desert journey, and it doesn't go quite as well as we would have hoped, but it goes pretty good. And well, end up having to saddle up a camel. Why? Because I broke my elytra. Yeah, whatever. It's kind of fun, and you kind of forget once you have an elytra how cool it is riding around on a mount. I might do that every once in a while, just for funsies from now on. Anyways, we just hit up the last few temples and wells we can find, and it goes okay. It goes okay. Now, we end up saying, you know what, as much as I love this camel, we are way too far away from home. So we find a village, and, well, we start trading sticks to repair our elytra. Well, we didn't get quite the luckiest as we wanted to with the sherds. We got these 2 complete from the temple. We still need 5 more from a temple, but there's no more temples. Actually, there's no more desert. I have scoured this entire desert, and we got what we got. We also need 5 more sherds from desert wells. Also, I'm not seeing any more of those. So we already have to go back that way anyways. We want to get ourselves a camel. So we're going to follow the ocean, hit some of the warm ocean ruins. Hopefully we get super lucky there so we can at least complete an exhibit. And then once we get towards the end of the desert, we'll grab a camel and we'll go home. Alright, now admittedly this adventure has taken way too long, so let's go into super montage mode. We poke some drowns. We check out a treasure chest inside a ruin that had absolute garbage in it. Oh, it was super lame. And we go ahead and get that treasure. Why? Because why would I not get the treasure? Even though I literally need nothing in it. The couple diamonds are kind of useful because I will need to duplicate some templates later. But nothing that we really need. I don't even think I'll ever use a Heart of the Sea. We get some sherds. We get some more sherds. We poke some more drowned. Yeah, and then guess what we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to get more sherds. Do I really need to keep saying this? Yeah, probably not, but I'm going to. Well, we end up getting most of the sherds we need. And we fight a couple trident dudes. And we go ahead and just kill them with our looting sword. And we do not get a trident. But not really a big deal, because we got like 3 tridents at home, including the one that we have enchanted and we use. And we start heading home. And now we end up finding one more well. I don't know how I missed this well, but we get really lucky on this one. It has 2. And it's the 2 we don't need because we already have enough of them. Yep, that's how the game's doing for us. And we get back to our camel friend. Well, we're still short a few things, but we tapped out the entire desert, at least this way. We're going to grab this camel friend here. You want to come home, buddy? You little smiley giant. Yeah, we're going to bring him home and see if we have any of these other sherds from previous adventures. Maybe we have enough to complete an exhibit. We got quite the journey, bud. You up for this? Yep, see you guys in about 3,000 blocks. Those mountains look familiar. Oh, there's home. Also, really close to home. There's a big dripstone cave right over there. I might have to go loot that at some point. Hey, I brought you a friend. What's up? Now, you 2 in here played nice. I'll get you some cactus and see if you guys want to make a baby camel in a little bit. Let's go see how far off we are from an exhibit. What's up, Nug? No, I still ain't heard from your dad. Sorry, bud. The good news? We're close on almost all of them. Bad news is we don't have a complete collection of all of them. None of them. No. So I think what's going to happen is, I think we're going to go hit up our swamp outpost. Now, if we get really lucky, because it's a swamp, it's a warm biome, we might find some warm ocean near it, and maybe we can get 3 of these. That will at least allow us to do that exhibit. And these up here, I might just save those for a nice stream. That sounds like something fun to do on a stream. So I'm going to go do that. And also, more good news, we can get to the swamp outpost really, really quick through our nether hub. So that's what we're going to do. But if that doesn't pay off, we're going to have to abandon that mission because we've already spent like 30 days doing this. But with the express highway here, we should be there in no time. $5,000 blocks in under a minute. These roads were totally worth it. Let's go south. We know all that is like frozen and cold. But there's got to be some warm oceans around here because it's ocean. Regular ocean, I think, can have warm ocean monuments. Let's get some night vision on. I did not bring my potion box. That is very unfortunate. Well, let's just see what we can see, I guess. Cool. 1, 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Oh, we got him. We'll finish checking the rest of this large ruin, and then we're done. We are done. All right, well, we got the shards we were looking for, plus an extra one. We also got 2 treasure maps. We're going to smash these treasure maps real quick, and then we're going home. We are done with the ocean. Yeah, I don't want to be back in the ocean for a long time. Well, we got all our warm ocean goodies, and I'm ready to go home. So let's jump on this super expressway and get there. And really soon here, I'm gonna have to build real roads for these this hub. Right now, it's just a 1-block path of ugliness. Well, we were going to go slap this exhibit in, but we got ourselves another thunderstorm. Let's try our luck with one of those skelly horses. If I hit a horse with a trident during a thunderstorm, does it become a skelly horse? It does not. It's just really mean to the horse. Sorry, buddy. It was just an experiment. We're cool. We got ourselves a skeleton horse. Let's get rid of these other mobs. And I don't want to risk hurting the horse, or the horses. I'm just going to let the skeletons kill themselves on my thorns. All right, we got 4 new undead horsies. Well, let's just lead them to something real quick. All right, you dudes hang out here. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, let's slap these in real quick. Another completed exhibit down. I actually might add a couple more item frames in here and put some fishing rods in here. I don't know. It seems like it might work. Not really relics or rare, but we'll figure that out later. Let's go start an enormous project that's going to melt my brain. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We finally get this project a-going. And let me tell you, I have to limit myself on the amount of greens and blues I use because they're my favorite colors, specifically green. And in this one, I don't have to. No, this is a nature empire. I can go as crazy as I want with all the greenery, the wackiness, fantasy vibes. I can just do it however I want it. I'm not modeling it after anything specific, just whatever comes out of my brain. And I'm really, really excited to do it. So we start terraforming up our land. We start laying down a few plots, and right here is going to be a little pond with a river going into it. It's going to look pretty lame for right now because I still got to add a whole bunch of decorations into that, but right now I'm just trying to get the whole area laid out, like framing off this little mountain right here. It just looked really, really weird, and I want some like buildings and some hobbit holes to go there anyways. But before we get this build going, we come across a trader who actually has some mini blocks I really, really want. All right, my man, I want you and you. Ooh, and maybe you too. You did good, buddy. You can keep your leads. Just don't get in my way. Alright, so we got ourselves some plots kind of just set up, and well, this is going to change and adjust as we go. I really need to get some of these buildings in before I plan any more, but what we do have planned is, we got some hobbit holes planned there, same thing right there and there, there too. This right here, I want it to be more of a grand elven style structure, I think. I'm not sure yet. Down here, these are going to be druid houses. The square shape, it just looks so stupid right now, but I'm telling you, it won't. It won't. This little scattered stone right here, that's just a placeholder for what I kind of envision as a market, I think. Or something along those lines. Maybe a working area of some sorts, a couple little dock houses. There'll also be a little hobbit hole pointing out towards that lake. And that whole side of the lake I want to be reserved for more grand elvish style houses. That's what I have planned anyways. Now, this little house right here, I just kind of plopped it down. I don't know if there's actually going to be a house there. It's just an idea. This is still early planning phase. However, this right here, I decided this is too small, and this is going to be our really, really big tree. And also, I think it should be like more right here. So we'll be moving this over and making it a bit bigger. And I want a big ring of cool stones as well as a lot of greenery and flowers surrounding this large tree. As far as what else we're planning, I don't know yet, but I need to get some of this stuff in because we can kind of see where we're at. Now, here's where the downside is. We are lacking in mud. We have no mud. That's no bueno. We need mud. And a couple other things. We need to grab some of our prismarine from our guardian farm. And well, since I need to get the mud anyways, and I don't really want to wreck the mangrove that's really close to our starter area, I think I'm just going to go ahead and link up our portal up to the desert because there was a huge mangrove up there. And I wouldn't even notice if any mud went missing from up there. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to start building, I think, on this section. See what we come up with. We've already had enough distractions, so we activate super duper speedy mode. We build another road to our desert outpost. We go through said portal. Then we head over to our mangrove swamp. A very, very big laggy mangrove swamp. And what do? We collect as much mud as we possibly can. Or more specifically, a couple shulkers that we brought with us. Now, we're already out here, and we don't have to keep traveling back and forth. There was a regular swamp right next to it. So, of course, we're going to need lily pads for them ponds and whatnot that we're going to be putting in this nature empire. Yes. Oh, so much greenery. And we start heading back. Well, we were about ready to go home, and we're already out this way. I want to get a bunch of this coral. I think we can use the dead coral to make some cool designs for some pillars of worship around the sacred tree that we're going to build. I think that'll be pretty cool. This coral, once it's dead, is going to mix really well with tuff and mossy cobble. I'm not exactly sure how or where I'm going to use this just yet. I just know I'm going to, and it's going to be pretty cool. But anyways, we don't want to get too much, but we do get plenty. And, well, we start heading home. This time we really are heading home after one more quick super duper stop. We hit up our nether hub again over to our guardian farm. Why? Because we need even more dark prismarine. Such a wonderful block. Oh, I'm going to say that a million times. And, well, we pretty much have infinite, so we're feeling really good there. And, well, we get about 8 stacks. We haven't AFK'd the farm really at all, so it hasn't really been producing. But once we build something over it, just the build time is going to give us enough forever. All right, well, from back here, the tree is starting to look pretty cool. But as we get closer, I'm thinking the glow lichen just doesn't mix very well with the unstripped logs. And I don't want to strip these logs. I'd strip all the freaking logs, and I just want these to be normal. So I think we remove a fair amount of the glow lichen, and also just this little area right here. I think we have too many leaves right there. And the canopy might need to be like just a little bit bigger. Other than that, I think it works. I really do think it works. Let's adjust it, see what happens. But once the rest of the details and the buildings and stuff come in, I think the whole area is really going to work. And I'm kind of just really liking the idea that this here, once we delete some of this glow lichen and whatnot, I like the idea that this is like the elder of the druidic community. Like that, everybody comes here for advice and just whatever else. I don't know. But I think everything was really going to tie together. And if it doesn't, well, I'll just adjust forever and make this episode 5,000 million years long. Our little druid empire is really, really starting to come together. Oh, the tree just popping up over the buildings. And this little hobbit hole right here, I hated it when I started building it. And now it's just so cozy. Originally, well, you can't see it, but that original house we built over there was going to be like my house in the area. I think I'm going to dig this out and make that my little sleeping, chilling area. Oh, maybe even a little storage in that little building right there. It's awesome. It's awesome. Admittedly, we have one heck of a shulker mess to deal with, but whatever. That's the price of building. That is the price of building. I also really like this little corner community little area right here. I don't know why. I just do. Little mushroom. And our druid grove. It feels quite awesome to walk through it, honestly. I will say that there is just way too much podzoil all around this area. And honestly, most of it's going to be gone. Most of it's going to be gone. Like this right here, I feel like it just kind of kills the vibe. We're going to leave little patches of it, kind of like there's little patches of the mossy cobble, but most of it's going to get converted to grass and farmland, things like that. Oh, and we also decided that we wanted to keep this somewhat of a treehouse. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do anything with it on the inside. Maybe make a farm underneath it, put a couple villagers in it down in there, make them harvest wheat or something. I don't know, but I like it. I'm really happy with the way it came out. And I might even be done with it. I don't know. I might make the canopy a little bit bigger. I might add some more spore blossoms, but no more big work on this, I don't think. But that's just the start of this empire, honestly. What else do we still have to do? I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be in this episode because we're about done with this one. Big elaborate houses right here, or maybe hobbit holes, or maybe something even, I don't know, something different. Something's going to go right here. I do want to stop the village at that point, though. So this is either going to be forest, or it's going to be several grand houses like that, and this one right here. And over here, we have just plots lined out for hobbit holes, some larger structures into the side of that mountain right there. And this is going to be the path into the town. And I'm thinking there's going to be some type of naturesque wall to divide it off from the rest of the world. Same thing, I think, on that side, maybe. But check out this view. Oh, the town is coming together. Just imagine it when all them buildings back there are done, and this whole thing is terraformed and landscaped. Oh, I can't wait. That's coming next episode, plus a whole lot of other chaotic wackiness. But as far as this one, we're pretty much done. We're going to do one more cinematic view of this thing, and, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. I truly hope you enjoyed this. It's been a ride. It's been a ride, and I loved every minute of it. Oh, a beautiful little overcast view. Oh, we're vibing with it hard. What do you guys think? What do you think? I can't wait till it's done. Anyways, that is the end of this one. We got to jump right back into the grind and finish this thing off in the next episode. I am trying to stream every Tuesday at 2:30 Central Time US. So far, we've gotten 2 streams in since I've been working on this video. And we're going to keep up that trend. So if you want to come hang out, love to see you there. Later, dudes.